Good morning. Hi, it is Stacy. We are loving my veteran, and this is walking in my shoes this morning. Let me give Facebook here a minute to catch up. And it's always an excuse to drink more coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. You know, that thing I love so much. Grab another sip here and we'll get started. I got everything going on around me here. Let me double check this. Good, we're got it says up the notification that we're live. So I wanted to say good morning. And just kind of bring everybody up to speed on where we are and what we are doing this morning. Please, if you have not gotten your tickets to Medicating Normal, we're putting lots of stuff out there for them. Morning, Sarah. We're putting lots of stuff out there. Please click and get your tickets. They are $10 as of right now. We've only sold 12, which is kind of discouraging because it costs us so much to bring it to you because it is such a worthwhile film. So please, if you have not done that, please get it this morning. So good morning, Jennifer, Stephanie, Susan, everybody, good morning. It is a great morning, and today we are going to talk about the important things in life called reinventing your reality. Reinventing our reality. We have that right to do that. Nobody has to settle for what we're in. We can make our life anything we choose by reinventing our reality. And I think that's a very positive thing for us to get on. I'm all about positive this rest of this month. I'm tired of wallowing in the negative. I think that we become much more uplifting when we stay positive and stay focused, and sometimes we go through our down times, but that's okay. We're going to work on reinventing our reality. So as we all know, there is no such thing as normal. There is no such thing as normal. So if you want to get into this, hey, Sonny, we have a normal life. I'm not keeping up with the normal relationship. I don't have a normal marriage. I don't have a normal family life. None of us do. So there you go. Define your normal. There's no such thing as that normal life that we're trying to compare to. But what we live in is our reality. We live in our reality. So when we wake up in the morning and we're having a bad day and that bad day continues, a bad day is our reality. Okay, so you have to understand that there's not the normal, but there is reality, and that is what we live in. So how do you go out of that? How do you get out of that funk? How do you move on to something different and stop wallowing in the I just wish I had a normal life? There is no such thing. Get over it. Okay, there is no such thing. Get over it. We all come with baggage. We've all had baggage, and we don't want, some of us don't want to take our former baggage and put it off on anybody. So why in the world, I mean, how do you call that normal? That's not normal. That's not normal. That's baggage. But you can redefine your reality. What do you live in today? What can you make normal for you today? What is your reality? Redefine that. And that doesn't fall on your veteran with PTSD. That doesn't fall on your neighbors. That doesn't fall on your friends. It doesn't fall on your mom and dad. It doesn't fall on your children. It falls on you. Redefining your reality falls on you. No, ma'am, it is not your new normal. It is your reality, Melissa. Define it. Eat it. Earn it. Own it. Define your reality. That's it. We don't live in normal. We live in reality. You know, I used to have this thing used to be said to me over and over and over again, and I used it and I believed it for a long time, that perception is reality. People's perception is reality. No, it's not. People's perception is their perception. Reality is what you live in. So the way people perceive you has nothing to do, or a situation has nothing to do with reality. We get it all the time. We hear it all the time. You know, we're afraid to share some of our intimate relationships and some of the things that go on with our veteran with other non-veteran spouses because they won't get it, and they automatically assume we're in an abusive, horrific relationship when in reality Those are bits and pieces of our time. And most of the time, a lot of the time, some of the time, depending where you are in your relationship, your veteran loves you more fiercely than you could ever be loved before. And I almost hate this. I almost hate it for other people. Good morning, Colleen. I almost hate it for other people who don't get to experience that intense love when it happens. I almost feel bad for them because they're going on and they're putting on the stuff and they're putting on the clothes and they're buying the two houses and the 3.4 cars. It's okay, Stacy. We're buying the 3.4 cars and we're living in the house that sits on the hill, and we got the in-ground pool and we got the beach house and we got the vacation house. And in reality, they don't know each other. They don't share intimate moments like we do with our veterans. I almost feel sorry for them because nobody loves me more intently than my veteran, and it is just the way it is. Yes, we have times he disconnects. Yes, we have moments I disconnect. Yes, we have moments that we have issues. Yes, we have moments PTSD raises his friendly end. Look, those people won't even share their pool with you, Stephanie. That's just the way they is. But we have those moments, and we are loved more fiercely than we can ever do. And those of us that are here trying to make a change in our lives with our veterans, we love our veterans more intensely and fiercely than all those people who live up on the hill with their 3.5 cars. Right? But why do we want to live that shallow life? I don't care if you drive a $7,500,000 car. If you can't love the person you're riding in the car with, who gives a damn? And that's where our reality is. So redefine your reality. What is your reality? Okay, I have a reality with Carl. My reality with Carl is different than your relationships with your veteran. My reality with Carl is this is the way we function. We get up in the morning. There's coffee, there's cigarettes. Okay, I looked at him this morning. I said, "Ooh, you look pissed off." He said, "I am." I said, "Why?" He said, "I don't know." After a cup of coffee and a cigarette, he was no longer pissed off. And we could have a conversation. And we could talk about things. We talked about things that were going on in my life and his life that I needed to share. And he says to me, "Are you going to share that with me?" Absolutely. And he listened to what I had to say. And that was my reality. I could have totally changed my reality for the morning and not had a positive morning if he would have woke up like that and I said, "Oh god damn, he's pissed off again." And I developed the pissy ass attitude back. So my reality was, this is how he's going to wake up this morning. Let's let him have a cup of coffee. Let's let him have his thing. Let's let him do his moment. And then we got intently into each other. But how many times do we wake up that way? Let me tell you, if you try to talk to me before I have a cup of coffee, it might not be a good day. I'm just saying. I tried to talk to Michelle this morning at the crack of dawn. Michelle and I always talk at the crack of dawn. It's just what we do. Tried to talk to them. I was like, "Girl, you don't sound awake." She says, "I'm barely awake. I need another cup of coffee." Once we got that second cup of coffee going in, girl, we could talk for hours. But your reality is what you define it, is what you make it. Nobody else can make it that. Are you tired of feeling beat up? Then don't be beat up. Don't be beat up in your head anymore. I know that sounds simple and I know that sounds easy, but that's the truth. The truth is, we and how we feel and react, that's the only thing we have control over. I can preach to that man to go to therapy all day, every day. I can tell him that he needs to take medicine all day, every day. I can tell him I don't like what he's doing. Now, I'm not saying that that's all true, but I can do that till hell freezes over, thinking it's going to change the outcome of my day. And it's not. The only person who can change the way I feel or act is me. So when you define your reality, you need to change the way you react and the way you feel. You can't change other people. So if he decides to be a jerk today, I can either buy into jerkism Oh, that sounds terrible. Maybe I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry. I can either buy into him being a jerk, or I can say, it's not going to affect me today. You can be a jerk all by yourself and wallow in your pity all by yourself. But in my mind, I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm not going to buy into it. And if you want to go da, 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 like you do, and like so many of them can do, and I'm not saying it's just him because I can be bitchy and he knows that and y'all know that. But if we're in this mood, we have choices. I can listen to him do this. I might have to sit there and watch his lips run, but I don't have to hear it. And I can think about something beautiful in my head. So I'm not buying into that. I'm not saying, oh, my life is ruined because we've had a bad moment, or oh, my, this is this, my marriage is over. Good morning, Michelle. Or good morning, my life is over, or my life is destined to be in this spiral. No, it's not. My reality is different than his today. It's great when my reality is the same as his, but my reality is different. When he starts circling that drain, or anybody in your life starts circling that drain and pulling you down in the mud, you just have to look at them and say, I'm not doing mud. If I want mud, I'm going to the spa and they can mud bath me or whatever it is they do. You don't have to get pulled down in the muck with them, because your reality is you don't have to buy into it. When you redefine your reality and you take control of your reality, things are definitely different. You can't take their PTSD away from them. You can't take their thought process away from them. You can't take their behaviors away from them. You can change how you react, and that becomes your reality. That becomes where you're at. And we're all here. Good morning, Nakia. And we're all here because we love our veterans. We're all here. Let me tell you something, y'all. I have learned more about me doing this than I ever dreamed humanly possible because of you, because you empower me. So I look at this like a Stacy uplift every day. It's not necessarily about fixing my relationship with my veteran. Y'all have taught me how to fix my relationship with me. And having a good relationship with you, your relationship with yourself, is critically important. That defines your reality. If you have in your mind that you're destined, that you're in a shit ass relationship with a shit ass person, that nothing's going to change, that this is what you're going to be into, and this is going to be the rest of your life, and you're just going to have to settle for it, then you're in control of that reality. Then you are in control of your reality. When you decide that you are worth it, you matter, you are worth a damn, and you are good, a good person, truly to yourself, your whole attitude changes and everything around you changes. Everything around you changes. That is why we reach out to each other. I can't tell you how many times I have reached out to people in this group and said, I am in a spot. I am in a place. And they give me the uplift that I need to get me over. And what happens is that when my mindset gets better, my relationship with Carl gets better. We get in our own way. We get sucked down into the quicksand and the muck. You know, the thing about quicksand is when you don't fight it and you take a minute and you use your head, you can get out of the quicksand. You can get out of the muck. You can get yourself out. But when you're so busy looking at the guy who's in there sticking in the sand too and trying to pull him out, and you're both trying to pull each other out, both of you are sinking further and further and further, when the reality is if you would take care of yourself first and get out the quicksand, you could get him out. That's how it works. So redefine your reality. What is going to be your reality? Is it going to be a life where you blame everything on the PTSD and where life sucks and this sucks and that sucks and the laundry sucks, and we all have laundry. Okay, I'm telling you, the day somebody invents disposable clothes where it's a single wear, I can throw it in the trash and pop out a new outfit, I am all there. I am all in on that plan. But until that time, the towels have to be washed, the sheets have to be washed, the laundry has to be done. Okay? All that stuff has to be done. And I don't care what we have to say. That's a reality. That's a reality. And it just has to be done. So you just get up and do it. You can sit here and go, oh my God, the laundry is overwhelming. Yeah, well, you know what? My laundry is overwhelming too. And you know my motto is my overwhelming laundry motto has now changed. If I got one clean pair of drawers in the drawer, I am good. That redefined my reality with laundry. Okay? That redid that. And yes, there are going to be times that they're still going to explode, and we're going to explode, and we're going to do things wrong, and that's okay because mistakes happen. We're not perfect, but we're on our path. I have both clean and dirty laundry too. Mine necessarily can't get into the drawers and the thing where they belong. Okay? I love it. No one's telling me they need socks. Those are your victories. Those are your victories. Okay, that's it. So you have to define what your reality is going to be. Where's your reality going to be? Because I'm going to tell you something. I can assure you right now, and I know for a fact girlfriend didn't have a washer, okay? And I know for a fact girlfriend got excited when she got her washer after the storm. But I can tell you right now, Nakia would sit on a pile of dirty clothes next to her Richard if he needed her to, and be with her Richard, and be in space with her Richard before she gave a damn if those clothes got in the washer and dryer. And how many of us are willing to let the clothes pile up and sit on them to be in that moment that we need? That defines your reality. That defines your reality. I've had a very hard time learning to leave dishes in the sink. It drives me bat shit crazy. But if Carl and I want to talk and he's in a place where he wants to talk, you know what? Those dishes will be there. Those dishes will be there after the conversation, because what's more important in our reality. And when I made the dishes my priority, I stopped making Carl my priority, and I stopped making us our priority. And when I stopped doing that, the dishes didn't give a damn if they were washed or not. But Carl gave a damn whether or not we had a conversation. And it increased our reality. It made our reality better. It redefined our reality. The dishes don't give a shit if they get washed. Okay? The dishes don't give a shit if they get washed. But he gives a shit if I talk to him. Or I give a shit if he talks to me when I need him. That's the redefinition of the reality. Y'all don't have to be the people with the 3.5 cars on the hill. Because let me tell you something. If you drive up to the top of that hill in your 2007 Chevy and you get it to the top of the hill, it has the exact same view as if you drove up there in a 2021 GMC Yukon Denali, fully loaded, all leather. It has the same view from the top. That's what I'm telling you. The cars, the status, other people's reality isn't yours. And I wonder if those people who live at the top of the hill with the 3.2 cars or 3.5 cars, I wonder if they enjoy the view. I really wonder, in all that status of reality, of normal. I wonder if they really enjoy the view. Oh, girl, you must have been in my house because I got lots of dust on the TV stand. I'm saving it so I can write a heart in it that says Stacy loves Carl. I'm just saying. But what good is the view and the high dollar cars and the perfect on the outside life if you don't define it and live on your terms? If you don't define it and live on your terms. I had somebody talk to me and tell me this, you know, my brother has his beautiful house and it is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm not begrudging my brother at all. Um, and he has a beach house and he has two mortgages. And somebody once said to me, people with everything are just broke at a higher standard of living. Can you imagine that pressure? And she's right. There's people that hate their spouses, they take drugs, they drink like fish. That's how they cope. That's how they deal with their reality. Can you imagine having a standard of living that makes you think you have to be something you're not just to get along? I'm sorry, to go in the country club, you must have on a suit and a black tie. We went to the Piedmont Driving Range in Atlanta. It's a very prestigious social club. They don't do much golf or driving there, but it is a very prestigious social club right in downtown Atlanta. And my ex-husband was Santa Claus for them. And these people are dripping in all kinds of money. I mean, like dripping in it. I could think you could walk around behind them with a bucket and catch the extra and be rich. But they are dripping in money, dripping in it. And you know who brought the kids to sit on Santa? Now, the whole family was there, but you know who managed the kids before they sat on Santa's lap? The nannies. And those who didn't bring their nannies with them, right? Those who didn't bring their nannies with them, they were fighting with their kids the whole time they were standing there waiting to get their pictures taken, and it was priceless. They're dripping in money. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to get our pictures taken right now because it was the SEC championship game was always played in Atlanta. It was played that same weekend, and they had a bus that took them privately to a back entrance to they could go up to their box seats. But you know what they missed along the line? They missed a tailgate party. They are diehard Georgia fans, and we were talking to some of them. Some of them have never been to the Georgia-Florida game. And for those of you who aren't following college football, it is the world's largest tailgate party. I don't crap about going into the stadium, but the fun those people have camping for the week leading up to it, and they're sharing hot dogs and they're sharing everything. If they need toilet paper and somebody else has got it, they get it. I mean, they are just out there having a good time. And some of those people can't even afford to get in the game, and they're having a great time. But the people that were dripping in the money, they took a bus up the back door before the darn national anthem, and they were sitting in their box seats. They weren't out there with the people of the world. So redefine your normal. Define your reality. It's really called redefining your reality. It's what do you want it to be? What do you want your life to be like? What is important to you? What is always there? Yeah, they all want extra stuff. You just have to tell them that they have to write a list to Santa Claus. Okay, that will work well. But when you start to find that they're spending time, time becomes important. So redefine your reality. What is it? Okay, what is it? That's right, tailgating's the big part. That's where all the fun is. Who cares about the game? For God's sakes, I can watch that on TV. Then he tells people we're country. We are country, girlfriend. We are as country as they come. If I can get Carl when we go to the convenience store to put shoes on, we have made it to the big leagues. I'm just saying. Okay, we are country. People don't wear shoes out here. We is totally country. You got to find you. You define that reality of who you are. You find you. We get so lost in stuff. We get lost in junk. We get lost in so much. And you're right, Lisa. Stuff becomes just stuff when you lost Jason. When I left Woody, I left him everything. Y'all think I'm kidding. I left everything. He got the land, he got the house, he got the land the house was on, he got the storage sheds, he got the tractor, he got the pool, he got the hot tub, he kept all the furniture. I left it, trust me. He took all the furniture, everything. The washer, the dryer, everything. I literally took a dining room table that my daddy gave me when I graduated from paramedic school, some paintings that my grandmother painted, the bed out of the spare bedroom, and some of my family heirloom stuff, which wasn't a lot. I literally took that and some clothes and I left. And I started over completely. And you know what? At the end of the day, it was still stuff. It was stuff. And you know, Carl and I have a great little house. Do we have the $2,000 furniture? Nope, we don't. But you know what? That couch lets me lay up in his lap when I want to, and that's all that matters. And see, yeah, Nikki's right. You found out on this journey that you don't have to try to be good enough for anyone. You were good enough when God made me. Others are missing out what God made, and their eyes don't see. That is so true. We forget who we are, trying to be something we're not. Redefine your reality. What is your reality? You have a reality. Don't be something you're not. Don't be something you're not. Because you don't have to answer. At the end of the day, there are few people you have to answer to. You got to answer to the good Lord. You got to answer to yourself in the mirror and say, have I been true to myself? And then and only then, after you can answer to those two, can you answer to your family. And I'm talking about your spouse and your children. I'm not talking about the rest of your family. I'm talking about your spouse and your children. But that's the order. Can you, at the end of the day, answer to the good Lord, to yourself in the mirror, and then your spouse and your family? And that's it. And Michelle's right. We talked about this before. Live that dash. Don't miss out on the dash. Don't miss out on the dash being something that you're not. Don't miss out on the dash being something that you're not. Furniture doesn't define you. Vehicles don't define you. Jewelry doesn't define you. Clothing doesn't define you. What defines you at the end of the day is you. Where is your reality? Where do you want to be? Who is the person you want to be? I think it's funny. I updated my status on my LinkedIn account, and I finally got my degree. I mean, I started some and clept out of a lot and went to the beach during a lot, but over the course of my 54 years, I've taken a class here and a class there and online and class here and a class there and online and got all these classes and finally had enough credits. I was missing one class, one credit to graduate from college and get my bachelor's degree. And I took it online at Liberty University. So I ended up, just this past year, getting my bachelor's at Liberty. And so, you know, I don't have the big diploma. I'm not paying for the big diploma. I don't have the big diploma. I got the transcripts, and that makes me happy because I don't need the big diploma, right? And so oh my God, that is so amazing, Susan. She washed his feet. So I have this diploma. I have this degree. And so on my LinkedIn account, I updated my LinkedIn account, you know, my bachelor's degree at Liberty. Just not because I really care, but because, you know, it just helps on LinkedIn because people on LinkedIn look at that as kind of status. And when you're building a business, you kind of have to. So what happens? My brother, who doesn't talk to me, he's talking to my mom, says, well, when did Stacy get her degree at Liberty? You know, instead of saying, I'm proud of her for getting her degree at Liberty, way to go, when did she get her degree at Liberty? And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer to you. I didn't get it for him. I didn't get it from my mom. I didn't get it for anybody. I got it from me. Okay, and the sad the funny part is, if I can't even go to work, but I got it for me. I got it because I needed to accomplish it. I did it for me. I wasn't really even going to do it until I was taking my paramedic instructor and looked at it, and you had to have so many credit hours. And when we started pulling transcripts from everywhere, they're like, "You're missing one class to get your bachelor's." I'm like, done. You know, so basket weaving 101 online at Liberty gave me that. And it's just funny because that was my reality. I still had the knowledge. I had the same knowledge I've always had. None of that changed because I have a piece of paper. None of that changed my status because I have this piece of paper. But it was a reality that I just had to do. Susan, I'm still sitting here in total awe because I don't do feet at all. Okay, I love that man, but he is going to wash his own. I am in total awe of you. Cause I love him, but he's gonna wash it. There's a shower, turn on the water. I'm not doing it. One of those things that's always irritated me in life, but I'm so proud of you because that's amazing. But define your reality. What is your reality? Your reality is you, and only you can redefine it. So if you don't like where you are, redefine it. Redefine it mentally. Redefine it emotionally. Redefine it spiritually. Find the things that define who you are. Take that eraser, get rid of the garbage, get rid of the static, get rid of the crap, live the dash, define yourself, and reinvent your reality. If you don't like where you are, the only person who can change that, if you don't like where you are mentally, the only person who can change that is you. If you don't like where you are physically, the only person who can change that is you. And you may have to live with the physical changes because it is just something that's been placed on you. But that reality, you soon learn, does not define you either. Redefine your reality. You are strong. You are amazing women. You all want what's best for your veteran or you wouldn't be here. You all want what's best for you or you wouldn't be here. We are the war fighters. They may have been war fighters overseas in Afghanistan, Kuwait, Vietnam, wherever, but we are the war fighters today. We are the reality of that today. We are our war fighters. And we have to define our own reality. And nobody can ever tell us we are not good enough. Because that is not for them to decide. Being good enough is between me and God, me and myself, and me and my spouse. That's it. That's it. That is it. Found that those jobs that we consider undesirable, if done with the understanding of love, can be very rewarding to both parties. You are absolutely right. That man who keeps walking back and forth loves me more than anything in this world, and I love him the same way. Although he has quit petting me like I'm a puppy after I said something about it.
That.
I know, but can you pet me like a puppy again? Because I like that.
No.
See what happens when you ask for things you don't really want. But that's the reality. And sometimes we do things that other people don't want done or don't think we should do, or how can you do this? How many times have you heard, why are you putting up with this? How can you do this? Why are you dealing with this? Why did everybody else has got a better definition of our life than us. Define your own life. That is your reality.
Define normal.
There is no such thing as normal. It is defining your reality. Your reality makes you what you are. So, I'm going to get off here. We have so much to do today. Stephanie, that was a great pop-in last night talking about the book. I'm going to order it. We have so much going on, like we always found out. We always do here. May coming up is Military Appreciation Month. And there's going to be a lot coming up on the calendar that Michelle and I are putting together for you guys now. We're going to put some instructions out on some stuff that we'd like y'all to try and do for us. When you start worrying about, sorry for this, and I thought this was important, I found out I was worrying so hard what everyone thought, everyone in my family, and I finally had to let it all go. And that's the truth. So we can be entertaining, that's to say the least. So we have all of that going on. What else was there going on? Don't forget on Wednesday, Stephanie's going to pop on and do her Wellness Wednesday, and she's got some little surprise for everybody. So that should be amazing when she pops on somewhere around her kids' ball game. Because again, she's got to define her own reality, and she's committed to this. But it's got to be around her kids' soccer game because they're playing for like state championship level stuff to see who's going there. So I'm super impressed. Thursday night, we are not having a normal Let's Talk. Clicking on that link will not work. You have to go to the Medicating Normal. $10 for those tickets. There will be a panel afterwards. It will be amazing. I assure you, this is one of the best films you will ever see, not only for your veteran, but for yourself and everything else that goes with it. It is super important that you watch that film. It is well worth the $10. So please do not forget to get those tickets. It is very important, and share that with everybody. There's been some issues with the links and the way they are, but I think I have fixed them. It is Thursday night, so all the new stuff is correct. That's it for me. You know I'm running late because I have a big mouth. I am super excited. We have a lot going on. I am living my dash today and every day. That is what we're going to do. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.